Hello, everyone, and welcome to As You Wish Publishing podcast. And this is episode 5, and we are getting close to ending our model of different types of publishing that you can use. And this is the one that I am super duper excited about, that we can talk for years and years about. We're going to try to keep it relatively short, so that you understand done for you professional publishing and the type of thing that we offer our amazing clients who come to us, whether they're coming to us to have an asset that they can use long term that will be a part of their business forever, or they're wanting to get their expertise out there because they want to maybe get booked for speaking gigs and things like that, or those people who have got an amazing story to share and they want to do it their way and do it the right way. So Todd has written this blog about these models, and we're going to go into done for you publishing. So talk to us about it, Todd.
Right on. After exploring a few of these structural publishing model differences, and after a few cups of coffee, it gets to be quite a rush. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it does.
We already covered an overview in previous episodes, and then we covered traditional, hybrid, DIY, and today it's last but not least, the done for you professional self-publishing model. All right. This is what Kira and I do at As You Wish Publishing. Okay. We are a professional self-publishing house, right? Which means you pay us to professionally self-publish your book. It looks like it came from a big time publisher because it's professionally produced, but you control the rights to your book. You just pay us to produce it. We don't manage it. After it's produced, it's done.
Yes.
It's yours. Yes. There's no infinite cuts. There's no royalties. There's no, I need to secure rights from my publisher. No. As soon as it's published, it's done.
Yep.
It's yours. You can shop it around to other publishers like traditional if you want, which a lot of authors do that kind of thing. They'll produce a professionally published, self-published book and then have something in hand to show other people, either to build credibility for targeting bigger publishers or building their business, adding credibility. That is what we do. Or I should say, that's what we do.
The second way is
it's the pregnant pause.
Yeah.
So done for you professional self-publishing refers to models in which the author funds production while the publishing company executes the operational work under our professional imprint. These companies are often described as a lot of different names: independent publishers, assisted self-publishing providers, self-publishing service companies, done for you professional self-publishing, all the same thing. Okay. While structures might vary across the market, this category centers on professional production delivered through a service-based agreement. It's just providing a service. And then once the service is done, it's done. The book is yours. It's your product. It's like doing I don't know why Build-A-Bear came up, but it's like,
I love the Build-A-Bear.
Okay, perfect example then. If you've ever gone to a Build-A-Bear workshop, you pick out the bear, the outer bit, the stuffing, and you can dress it and things like that. I think I did it once. Many years ago. It was fun.
Yeah.
And then you pick the pieces, put it together, you buy it, and then they sell it to you. You pay for it, you take it home, you enjoy it. You've got your bear. The Build-A-Bear company is not affiliated with your bear anymore.
Yeah. They're not going to come to your house, take your bear. They're not going to service your bear after you've already got your bear.
No bear services.
That tickles me.
Yeah. It was the right thing.
Yeah.
In the vortex. So
you got it.
Yeah. So after it is similar to publishing. It's just a fun analogy because you pick different pieces, you put it together. The sale is made, you pay for it ahead of time with us, but we make it for you. Once it's done, you walk out the door. There's no more talking to the Build-A-Bear company about the bear. You know, you can come back and buy another bear and do the thing again, but they don't take a cut in your bear. They don't try to come to your house and say, hey, you know what? We need your bear back. or
Right.
we need to rent your bear out to somebody else,
Right.
or really, did you make any money off your bear this month? We would like a cut of that.
Right.
None of that
None of
happens
that happens.
with self-publishing houses. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, or the best of all four publishing models in a way, because you get a professionally produced book that you own 100%. You can republish it, you can destroy it, you can um, you can put it on a shelf, you can write different versions of it, you can write a series of books.
Yep.
You never have to worry about any of your content being touched or messed with. A done for you professional self-publishing house like AYW does not change your writing. Okay, so it's the complete opposite of what might happen with a hybrid or a traditional, because they're invested in sometimes redeveloping your work to suit their marketing models. Self-publishing through a DIY professional self-publishing house is very
Done
different.
for you. Yeah.
Sorry, I said DIY. Done for you.
DFY.
DFU. DFY. Sorry. No, whoops. Sorry, that came out wrong. Done for you professional DFY.
Why?
Not there you go. DFY. That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, it is.
Done for you professional self-publishing. You just pay for professional services. Your work does not change whatsoever.
Yeah.
Other than some light copy editing if you choose that, and then just a formatting standard, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, it's, and it's
ahead.
interesting just to do a little bit of a contrast here. And I was thinking about it too, because sometimes if you're a business owner, you're like, I don't have time. I wrote the book. I don't have time to mess with even a done for you company. So I'm just going to go to this hybrid company because they're making these lofty promises and they're telling me it's going to sell 1 million copies, and, and it's connected to this subsidiary. And so my little bells and whistles are going off about it. But what you don't see is the cost of the hybrid thing. So please go back to episode, I think 3, and check that one out. That's our hybrid publishing model to not our hybrid publishing model, but the hybrid publishing model and some of the pitfalls of that. But I think sometimes professionals are like, I don't even want to have an account, or I don't want to have a thing. And then I'm just going to hand all of this power over to them. But every single professional that I know who understands that this is a asset, that your book is an asset, you want to have full ownership of your asset.
Right.
And hybrid publishers do not give you full ownership, whereas a company like As You Wish Publishing, us, we do. And so you just have to take a couple more steps to make sure that the platforms are completely in your name and getting paid money directly to you. And those are just a couple of extra steps. Also, so we're not doing any more than a hybrid publisher would ask for you to do, except for those things that actually you want, because then that means you are in control. Yeah.
Right. Well said. Well stated. In this model, author retains full copyright of the work. The publishing company may supply the ISBN under its imprint in order to publish the book professionally, which is what we do. The ISBN is furnished by us, but you own the copyright of your book. You can take it and do whatever you like with it after that.
Yeah, and that's even stated inside of the front copyright page is non-exclusive rights.
Yep.
Non-exclusive rights means
non-exclusive.
You can do whatever you want to with that book. And because it's listed there, nowhere do you need to have anything written. However, we're happy to supply a written letter if that's necessary.
Sure. Copyright remains 100% with the author. The relationship is service-based rather than rights-based. When it's traditional or hybrid, it's probably going to be rights-based.
You got it.
When it's DIY or done for you professional self-publishing services, it is service-based. Okay. Well, self-service if it's you doing it. Service-based if it's a publishing house like us doing it. So for power, decision authority remains with the author. The publishing company executes production. Major decisions such as title, pricing, formats, distribution channels are defined contractually in collaboration with the author. It may vary a touch by different sub-publishing houses. Authors who work with us get to choose their own title. We let them choose their pricing. We do have a standardized format, and the distribution channels are determined by each individual publisher.
Right. And when it comes to us, we have worldwide distribution through the same systems that a traditional publisher might use.
That is right.
Yeah.
When you publish with us, your book will automatically be distributed to every library.
Right. It's available to booksellers, libraries,
Right.
indie bookstores, and we really want to prioritize those indie bookstores because if you have a KDP version, they're not going to carry your book, and it's nothing wrong with you or your book or what you've done or not done. It's not about that. It's or how good it is. It's about the fact that KDP is very gate kept in its own way. So we want to be clear on that too. So we prioritize because we are a small business. Indie bookstores tend to be small business, but yet we still, that worldwide distribution goes out to Barnes and Noble, and that kind of thing. And it gets distributed to Amazon as well. So, you're still going to see your book up on Amazon also. It's just not going to be as gate kept as it would be if you only used KDP. And most DIYers only use KDP.
If you're a DIYer who uses KDP, you will not be able to get your book up into Barnes and Noble stores.
Correct.
Or probably a lot of different stores.
Indie bookstores,
because it's not
like
part of their standardized ordering system.
That's right.
If you publish with us, we publish you to Ingram Spark, and then it will go downstream into Amazon, just not through a KDP account. Right. Unless you want to set that up separately.
Which we do offer information on that, and we have an add-on.
Availability to do that if you would like to do that.
Yeah. So we have the option and availability for every avenue to make sure that your book is getting out there to the world.
That is true. We do have the option we do have every option. However, authors these days want global distribution.
Agreed. Yeah.
They want, and when you publish with us, you can take your book to any store or library that orders books, and your book can be ordered.
That's correct.
Right. It won't be shelved.
Cataloged, yeah.
But it will be access eligible for ordering.
It won't be automatically shelved.
It won't be automatically shelved, but you can ask them, hey, can you see my books in your system and or maybe order copies? And they get to decide if they're going to order copies and shelve them, but it can be done. It can be done.
That's right. And if you build a good relationship with your local indie bookstores or Barnes and Nobles or libraries, things like that, and you say, hey, I've got a book coming up soon, and my publishing company, they make sure that it's returnable, it's distributed to your cataloging system. Can we set up a time maybe that we could talk about doing book signings and maybe doing some events here? You are the engine that makes this thing run. So I think it's highly valuable for you to build those relationships early.
For sure. Well said. Yeah, there's no acquisition gate, no transfer publishing rights when you work with a professional self-publishing house. The author is commissioning professional production rather than seeking approval. Approval meaning?
Right. Approval from traditional publishers,
right.
Yeah. There's certain hybrid houses won't accept every book.
There isn't an approval process with self-publishing other than just making sure it's aligned with the types of books that publisher might want to publish or the genres that they publish.
Exactly.
But it's not we evaluate how good your writing is. We don't. Mm-mm. We don't. We just check to make sure that it's in alignment with what we do and what we don't do. There are certain types of books we don't publish. There are certain books that we do, Yeah. So,
yeah. Now, I will say that when we do the application process, we do ask people to give us a sample of their writing, just to make sure that it's fully in alignment. And we've had to turn books away, but it's not generally our first choice. We want to give people an opportunity to get their voice out there if it's right. And so, just keep that in mind, that you may be asked to submit a part of your manuscript or maybe a few pages or something like that when you do look at self-publishing services.
Great. Financial risk rests with the author as production is funded up front. You pay a self-publishing house through the clearly defined service fees. Once services are done, there's no ongoing financial participation by the company in book sales or anything like that. which we covered. Control is structured rather than technical. The publishing company manages the formatting, the file prep, distribution, the compliance with platform standards. You, as the author, do not have to worry about any of that. That's what you're paying for. The stuff that took us years to learn and perfect and stay in compliance with ourselves, you don't have to do that. That's why it's worth every penny that you invest.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. You're not responsible for coordinating any vendors or navigating retail system requirements independently or anything like that. We'll get it set up so that it's ready to go, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah. And there is a lot to it. So we do have time frames that we ask, for everyone to kind of stay on point and keep moving through. Because even with DIYers, sometimes they get to a certain point and then they get scared and then they don't hit the publish button.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh no, what am I going to do? And it's like, we help to kind of I'm going to say keep your feet to the fire, but we're not really that intense.
No.
Just to keep the production moving. Because we can stall. There are just plenty of times where creative people just absolutely stall.
Sure. Or they're not, with this is a separate podcast, but, or they're not as integrated with their message as they thought they were. Like they're like, maybe it's a personal story with a lot of backstory, kind of a memoir. And it may not be as emotionally integrated as it needs to be for them to be really truly internally ready to put it out there publicly. And sometimes sometimes the publishing process reveals that non-readiness, and that's why we give authors time to publish when they publish with us. Now granted, we do prefer to have a finished manuscript or a nearly finished manuscript by the time you apply to publish with us. But it's normal. It's normal for authors occasionally to be hesitant at different stages of the process. And you do have time. We'll go as fast as you can go. And we prefer to go fast and have it done within 90 days, start to finish.
Yeah.
But if the author delays, that's on them. And you have the option to delay up to a certain amount of time. We give authors a year to submit their manuscript by the time they purchase. Which is more than enough time I could write a very good book. It used to be 3 months, but now I can write a very good book in a matter of weeks.
Yeah.
And anybody can if they want to. Yeah. Different podcasts.
Yeah. And we go back to the beginning of our journey with publishing. My journey, specifically for sure, was just, I had the idea, got submissions. It still took me a year. So I'm like, if I can do a year, anyone else can do a year. But I've also written a book in 3 months. I've written a book in 1 week. And I giggle because I'm like, unbelievably unreal how intense I made that first journey to push it out. So I just say, if it's your first book, you got a year, do your thing. You got this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Good. So finishing up control, because copyright remains with the author, the work can be revised, republished, licensed, submitted elsewhere in the future without requiring any permission from the publishing company. You do not have to ask us if you're allowed to do something with your book after you finish publishing with us. You don't even have to ask. It's all yours. It's your bill to bear. Your bear is done. Take it over to your friend's house. Have a spend the night. Make popcorn. Get punch. Enjoy yourself.
Yes.
We don't have to. We do not have to chaperone anything. Our role is complete.
Yeah, and I love that you put it that way, because the publishing process should be just as fun as the writing process, and I hope the writing process was very fun for you. The whole tortured artist thing needs to go the way of the dodo, like Todd says to me from time to time. Yeah. Because there's no reason for that kind of stuff. It is so, creativity needs to be, in my opinion, the reason. Yeah. And then everything else is a bonus. Yeah. So getting it out there should be just as easy and as fun as writing.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as you have the ability to follow directions and do things in sequence, you'll be great. Yeah. It's not about the quality of your writing when you work with us. It's just about general genre fit, which is available to see on our website, the type of books that we publish, and then are you able to do things like fill out forms and stuff when we ask you for things? That's
Right.
basically it.
Yeah. Very, very easy, very straightforward working
Very
with us.
straightforward. Now, people can complicate things if they get up in their heads about it, but
Yes.
we've done this hundreds of times.
Yeah.
We make it as clean as and simple as possible. And it's all just after the application interview where we just confirm fit to make sure that you're in the right place. You purchase your package and then it's just email and that's it. And we're just moving you through the process calmly, structured. We've thought of everything.
Yeah.
Okay. We're very good at thinking of everything. I
Yeah.
promise you. I
and
promise.
if things come up, we put it into our information, into the flow, and help people continue
Right.
to. We're always willing to add more information to make sure that everybody feels
Of
comfortable
course.
and
Of
safe.
course. And you have access to all of our prices. You have access to our contracts and everything before we even ask you whether or not you want to move forward with working with us.
Yeah.
Okay, upside. I might be able to breeze through this because the company is compensated through service fees rather than royalties. Revenue from book sales does not flow through the publisher unless structured otherwise. That's generally not going to happen with professional self-publishing houses. It will not happen with us. You pay us we build your bear together, and then you walk out the door with your bear. That's it. You paid for it once. It's done.
Yeah.
Right. So it is transactional financial model, not revenue sharing. That being said, financial upside remains with the author. After retailer or distributor fees, revenue is not split with the publishing company beyond that original service agreement. There are no continuing ownership claims. Once publishing services are fulfilled, the long-term performance of the book benefits the author directly.
You got it.
And then timeline, last one.
Yep.
Timelines are significantly shorter than traditional publishing. In structured professional self-publishing systems, production commonly moves from final manuscript submission to publication within approximately 90 days, depending on the scope and the revision cycles. If you come in with your book already copy edited and it's ready to publish, then it can be even shorter than that. We'll go pretty much as fast as an author is capable of going. It doesn't have to take a year by any means. It could be a number of weeks if that author is really on point with everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we've always been able to keep up pace with how fast an author wants to go as long as they are checking all the boxes and doing, not skipping ahead kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that is that. And then that's it for self-publishing.
Well, I'd like to add a few more things here. One thing for sure, if you're a business owner and you're using this as an asset builder and you're going to have this as an asset forever, the thing that I find so cool about that is that you can take all of this off on your taxes. So the investment that you have with us, or that you give to us to help us to put these pieces together, to do the formatting, to do the book cover design, to do the ISBN numbers, to make sure the metadata is accurate, to make sure the distribution channels are properly aligned with the metadata, to make sure that you have full ownership of your accounts, to make sure that money is flowing into your account directly of those royalties, to making sure that you have access to being able to buy wholesale copies for the print cost plus shipping and handling and that kind of thing. To have somebody that's on your side that's going to be troubleshooting with those platforms if there is some kind of issue or problem, to make sure that you have every single thing you need, step-by-step instructions on, making sure that you set your accounts up properly. All that stuff that you pay us for can be, and double check with your accountant, but I have not seen this not be the case, that you take that off on your taxes. So we want you to, we want you to do that. We want you to take ownership of this book as not just something that you'll provide to your clients or your whomever, or your coaching clients or patients or those kinds of things, or use as a swath of books that you take to speaking engagements or doing book signings and things like that. We want you to take ownership of this as a business. element. And so those are the other things that I think are pretty beneficial as well.
Great. And if you are, I would recommend positioning yourself not so much as an author as a business owner.
Agreed. 100%.
Yes, because then, well, number one, you can get a lot of this money back that you invested. potentially check with your tax accountant, asterisk.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily get it back, but because we don't know what the government's going to do, but we do know that if you
Tax
have a
write-off.
lot of expenses and things like that this is a part of your marketing expense. Yeah.
Right. Tax write-off, etc.
You got it.
Talk to your accountant. So let's take a breath, huh?
Yeah, it sounds good.
There was a lot of information over a short amount of time.
Yeah, it was.
And a lot of coffee. I finally have so many minutes to get an episode out. I got to talk faster just to say it all. Right. So we're going to conclude this blog post that we've covered over multiple episodes with a structural summary. Each publishing model distributes power, risk, control, financial upside, and timelines differently. None of these structures are inherently superior. They simply reflect different assumptions about authority, responsibility, and ownership. So it's structural differences. Now, when you go out there looking at all these different ones, it's going to look like marketing and benefits differences. But you actually need to read everything to actually know what the structural differences are. And that's why we provided this 30,000 foot overview of what each of these 4 pillar structures are like. So you can maybe, number one, be more informed. And number two, find out what category you generally might want to do or fall into. So they simply reflect different assumptions. Yes. For authors, the critical question is not which model sounds appealing on the surface. It's which structural distribution aligns with how you want to operate long-term. Like what's the best fit for you personally, your goals. Across all the publishing structures, responsibility for generating audience demand ultimately rests with the author. Okay. While some publishers do provide actual distribution or trade representation or limited marketing support, no model guarantees sales performance. Please understand that. Publication produces a book. Sales, on the other hand, require sustained audience engagement beyond production, and publishers do not do that by and large. Now, some may, but as an industry, this ain't 40 or 50 years ago where that kind of stuff was more mainstream and typical.
That's right.
So please update your publishing mental model. That's the whole point of all of this, to make sure that you're operating on a current map and not a map that maybe you grew up with, because it's not the same now as it was. Things ain't like they used to be. You're
not going to be jet setting across the world.
I like that. Yeah. I like that. So update your model and stay with the times, because things can switch fast, especially in publishing. And just to finalize it, where we fall, and we've already touched on this, As You Wish Publishing operates within that done-for-you professional self-publishing structure that we described through our independent global publishing system. Authors retain full copyright ownership of their work when they work with us. Distribution is established exclusively through author-owned accounts with royalties paid directly to the author. They do not go through us. They go directly to your bank account. The publishing relationship is project-based, right? Build-A-Bear based. Professional production is executed to defined standards. And once services are complete, ongoing sales revenue does not flow through the publisher. It's strictly from your accounts to you, right? So our system was built for manuscript ready authors who want a professional global print and ebook distribution without transferring any rights or entering into any royalty-based agreements, right? You don't have to have a perfectly completed manuscript, but it's preferred. You can submit with less than a full manuscript, but it's preferred to have a full manuscript for the most part. We do have some resources for our customers that does help them to shape their manuscript more into a book structure. That's a service that you get, not a service. That's something you get access to when you become a paid customer with As You Wish Publishing. So that, I mean, a lot of people are great writers, in other words, but not everybody knows how to structure great writing into a easy to read, digestible book. Like it looks like a good book with great front matter and good structure without or throughout. Okay, so that's another benefit of working with AYW. Let's see. Finally, production, formatting, and distribution setup are handled professionally, while long-term ownership and financial upside remain with the authors. So if you are an author who values ownership, clarity, and defined structure, this model provides a direct path to publication without surrendering long-term control. That is what you get when you work with As You Wish Publishing. And we are a done-for-you professional self-publishing house service provider, right? Yes. The Build-A-Bear workshop, where you build the bear. You provide stuff. We help you stitch it all together. And then you walk out the door with a beautiful plush bear that you can be proud of.
Well, let's not confuse them. A beautiful published book that you
not a
can
bear.
Be proud of.
A book, not a bear.
Yeah. That would be a cute title.
Hashtag book, not bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have published over 100 books. We have seen everything. I think we've not encountered anything new where we were like, wow, that the only thing that we have encountered that's been new has been over the last few months, where this really intense scrutiny over KDP accounts specifically have been really coming to the forefront. And and I understand that the intention is to keep everyone safe. And I'm happy that they're doing it that way. It's just, we want to take a look at those pitfalls. But I really am grateful that you spent this time with us. If you've listened to all of these episodes till now, well done. That's something that is a level of attention and connection to us that is I'm grateful for it. It's unexpected. And if you did that, yes, you might be ready to publish your book with us at As You Wish Publishing, because you're our kind of folks. If you've kind of popped in here and there, you're like, oh, well, I kind of picked and chose, and this was the one I listened to or whatever. That's fantastic too. Just know that those other episodes have a ton of information as well. And if there is anything else you'd like to leave our friends with, otherwise we'll see them in the next episode. What else would you like to say, Todd?
I would just like to say thanks for joining us. We hope that we have provided you what we feel to be is necessary author first information to help authors to consciously and deliberately choose a lane that they want to be in, so that they are making the right publishing decisions for their book in a way that honors their book, and it's what you want for yourself. It's not something you think you want and then find out later, oh, I didn't want that after all.
I didn't know I wasn't getting that.
I didn't know I wasn't getting that.
I didn't realize I wouldn't have control of my book for 3 years after it's published.
Right. Yes. Obviously, read everything, like I've said many times. Whichever publishing model you go with, I mean, we obviously we'd be happy to see you if you read our website and then agree with how we work, and then I would invite you to apply. We make it very easy. Otherwise, if this has clarified the lane that you might want to go in, even if it's not professional self-publishing services like what we offer, great, because we want authors to have an easier time finding where they need to go. We want authors to be informed. That's our mission with this. And of course, we would love to have you work with us. If you feel a draw to work with us, or if you want to check out our website, definitely the way to get in contact with us is find out if you like what we offer, right? Because we haven't told you everything. We just kind of categorized ourselves. And then if it matches what you want for your book, because we do put it all out there, we give you access to the contract and everything, so you can actually see everything before making a decision. And then we have a little meeting. You get to meet with me visually on Zoom, and we get to confirm fit before even asking whether or not it would be the right fit before moving forward. We're very, very deliberate about who we work with, but it's not about the value of your writing. It's about just understanding our structure and understanding what you're going to get. There's no hallucinations. There's no ambiguity. And that's our goal, is to provide a lot of clarity for authors. So that's all.
Excellent. All right. Come out and visit us at asyouwishpublishing.com, and we will see you on the next episode of the As You Wish Publishing podcast. Take care.